Have you ever contemplated the depth and richness of the stories presented in the Bible, particularly regarding the experiences of black people throughout its narrative? Within the pages of this sacred text lies a tapestry of history, culture, and spirituality that often remains unexamined or overlooked. Today, I invite you to journey with me through 10 surprising and enlightening facts about black people in the Bible. Facts that may challenge preconceived notions and illuminate the diverse heritage found within these ancient scriptures. Get ready to explore the wealth of wisdom and the profound narratives that reflect God's love and inclusion for all His creation. Let us begin with the remarkable lineage of Moses, one of the most celebrated figures in the Bible. Moses, who led the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt, is often visualized as a figure of white European descent due to artistic interpretations throughout history. However, the historical context suggests otherwise. Moses was born to Hebrew parents and raised in the household of Pharaoh's daughter. Living in Egypt, a land intricately linked to African history, the Bible recounts that Moses ultimately fled to Midian, where he married Zipporah, who was a Midianite woman. Midian, located near modern-day Saudi Arabia, is considered part of the ancient African continent. This connection affirms that Moses' roots are grounded in a rich cultural heritage, reflecting the significance of African lineage in the biblical narrative. Another captivating figure is the Queen of Sheba, a strong and influential woman described in the Bible. Her story unfolds in the books of Kings and Chronicles when she travels from her kingdom, believed to be in modern-day Ethiopia or Yemen, to seek the wisdom of King Solomon. The encounter between the Queen and Solomon is emblematic of the historical interactions between Africa and the Near East, showcasing the economic and cultural exchanges of the time. The Queen's journey not only demonstrates her intelligence and determination, but also embodies the strength of African women throughout history. She is a representation of leadership, insight, and the value of seeking truth and wisdom, holding a place of honor in biblical heritage. Continuing our exploration, consider the Ethiopian eunuch mentioned in the book of Acts. This unnamed official served the Queen of the Ethiopians and traveled to Jerusalem to worship. While returning home, he encountered Philip, who explained the scriptures to him, leading to his baptism. This story illustrates the interconnectedness of different cultures in the early Christian church and underscores the importance of diversity within the body of Christ. The Ethiopian eunuch's conversion signifies the early spread of Christianity beyond cultural and geographical boundaries, a testament to God's desire for all people to know Him. Let us not overlook the significant mention of Simon of Cyrene, who is notable for carrying the cross of Jesus on his journey to crucifixion. Simon hailed from Cyrene, which is modern-day Libya in North Africa. His involvement in the Passion narrative highlights the presence of African individuals in pivotal moments of New Testament history. Simon's act of carrying the cross has been interpreted as a powerful symbol of service and sacrifice, illustrating that greatness often emerges from humble acts. The inclusion of Simon in this crucial event serves as a reminder of the collective nature of the human experience and the diverse contributions made to the story of salvation. Furthermore, the genealogy of Jesus presented in the Gospels reveals a rich tapestry of cultural backgrounds among his ancestors. In Matthew 1, we see mentions of Judah and Tamar, as well as Rahab, a Canaanite woman. Rahab's inclusion in the lineage of Jesus represents both redemption and God's expansive grace toward outsiders. Her story of faith and bravery in aiding the Israelite spies reflects the theme of God's welcoming nature, breaking through societal barriers. The ancestry of Christ illuminates that his lineage encompasses diverse cultures, reinforcing the universal message of the gospel. Another astonishing fact is the existence of numerous references to Cushites, a term often associated with the people from the Kingdom of Cush located in present-day Sudan and Ethiopia. The Cushites are mentioned throughout the Old Testament, indicating their presence in significant historical contexts, including military alliances and interactions with the Israelites. For example, the prophet Jeremiah's mention of an Ethiopian officer who rescues him during a time of distress highlights the acknowledgement of Cushites' role in biblical narratives. This intermingling of cultures illustrates that the African presence in the biblical text is not peripheral. Rather, it plays a fundamental role in shaping the course of history. As we journey deeper into biblical accounts, we encounter the stories of people like Moses' wife, Zipporah. She was a Midianite woman, and her marriage to Moses is a powerful testament to cross-cultural connections. Zipporah's strength and influence in Moses' life further emphasize the richness of the narrative. The inclusion of such figures encourages us to recognize and honor the diversity found within the scriptural accounts, challenging conventional representations that often overlook African contributions. In exploring biblical wisdom further, we can look at the role of prophets in ancient African civilizations. The book of Isaiah contains prophecies directed toward Cush, emphasizing God's sovereignty over nations, inviting them to turn to Him. The acknowledgement of divine care for all peoples, regardless of nationality or ethnicity, is a profound reminder of God's love for every nation. It serves as an assurance that the message of redemption is not limited to a specific group, but is widely available to all who seek Him. Lastly, consider the impact of the early African church. Historically, Ethiopia was home to one of the first Christian communities, and the rich traditions established there have shaped the Christian faith's development. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, tracing its origins back to the early disciples and their interactions with the Ethiopian eunuch, has preserved the teachings of Christ throughout history. The significance of the African Church highlights the enduring legacy of faith, reinforcing that the roots of Christianity extend deeply into Africa, showcasing the continent's vital role in the global Christian narrative. As we conclude our exploration of these 10 shocking facts about Black people in the Bible, it becomes clear that the richness of African heritage is interwoven into the fabric of biblical history. The stories, legacies, and faith of these individuals reflect God's expansive love and desire for unity among all people. These accounts inspire us to celebrate diversity within the body of Christ and to recognize that every cultural expression and contribution is vital to the overarching narrative of God's creation. By acknowledging these truths, we not only honor the legacies of those who have come before us, but also challenge ourselves to embrace the richness of inclusivity within our faith. Let us be called to listen, learn, and uplift one another as we continue to explore the beautiful tapestry of humanity in the light of God's love. After all, we are all part of a divine narrative, intricately connected through faith, hope, and the promise of redemption, regardless of our backgrounds. So let us strive to celebrate the contributions and history of every culture as we journey together in faith and understanding, affirming the truth that we are all created in the image of God.